To all you fellow seekers of whispers, welcome back to Whispers in the Dark. Tonight, we explore one of the most chilling and well-documented UFO encounters in modern history. A mystery that still haunts those who witnessed it, and one that has never been fully explained. The Rendlesham Forest incident is filled with terrifying unknowns. What really happened on those cold December nights in 1980? Are the answers hidden by governments, or do they lie in the stars? It was the week after Christmas, December 26, 1980, when strange lights appeared over Rendlesham Forest in Suffolk, England. RAF Woodbridge, an airbase leased to the United States Air Force during the Cold War, was bustling with activity that night. It was a time of high tension as the Cold War's shadow loomed over the world. But no one could have expected that something from beyond Earth might also be watching. As the men stationed at RAF Woodbridge carried out their duties, a blinding light pierced the sky. Two soldiers on patrol, Jim Penniston and John Burroughs, saw something they couldn't explain, a strange glowing object darting through the trees, hovering close to the ground. The men were hesitant, but they knew they had to investigate. What they were about to encounter would change their lives forever. Penniston and Burroughs entered the dark, misty forest, guided only by the eerie glow ahead of them. As they approached the object, it became clear this was no downed aircraft, as they had initially thought. What they saw was beyond human technology. The craft was described as a small triangular object, about 9 feet across, with strange lights moving along its surface. The air around it felt thick, as if the entire forest had fallen under a spell. Penniston cautiously moved closer, his heart pounding, the silence deafening. That's when he made contact. He touched the surface of the craft. As his fingers grazed the surface, he described it as being warm, metallic, and pulsing with energy. But there was more. Penniston noticed strange symbols etched into the craft, symbols that seemed both ancient and alien. His mind raced. Was this some sort of advanced military technology, or was it something far more terrifying? He quickly jotted down the symbols in his notebook, but before he could investigate further, the craft shot up into the sky and vanished. The next night, the lights returned, but this time even more soldiers witnessed the event. At 2 a.m., multiple strange objects were spotted moving at incredible speeds above the forest. Some reports described them moving in a zigzag pattern, performing aerial maneuvers that defied the laws of physics. One of the higher-ranking officers, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt, was skeptical at first, but he too ventured into the forest with a team to investigate. What he saw would change his perspective forever. His official report would later detail how the lights seemed to move intelligently, as though they were under control. Radiation levels in the area spiked, and strange indentations were found on the ground where the craft had landed. Colonel Holt's tape-recorded account from that night still exists, capturing his disbelief as the lights continued to flash and disappear. But something was off. The closer they got to the site, the more they felt as if they were being watched by something not of this world. When the soldiers returned to the base ready to report what they had seen, something strange happened. Higher authorities stepped in and suddenly all evidence began to disappear. Official documents went missing. Photographs were never developed, and the soldiers involved were ordered to stay silent. The military's official explanation? Lighthouse beams reflecting through the trees, but anyone who had been there that night knew it was something far more sinister. Decades later, many of the soldiers involved in the incident came forward with their own stories. Some claimed they were threatened into silence. Others suffered strange health issues and nightmares after the event. And yet, the truth about what really happened in Rendlesham Forest remains buried. But there's another layer to this mystery, one that blurs the line between reality and the unknown. Jim Penniston, the soldier who had touched the craft, revealed years later that he had experienced something even more bizarre that night. After making contact with the object, he claimed to have received telepathic messages, visions of binary code that haunted his mind. Unable to shake the experience, he later wrote down the sequences. When experts decoded the binary message, they were stunned. The translation pointed to coordinates of ancient sites around the world, places like the pyramids of Giza and the Nazca lines in Peru. Was this craft trying to tell humanity something? Was it connected to our ancient past, or was it a warning? The Rendlesham Forest incident continues to baffle researchers and UFO enthusiasts alike. Was it a secret military experiment, a case of mass hysteria, or an alien encounter that the government has covered up for decades? The soldiers who witnessed the event are certain of one thing: something extraordinary happened in those woods. And until the full truth is revealed, the mystery will continue to haunt Rendlesham Forest. Perhaps the answers lie deep in the shadows of the forest, or perhaps they're hidden in the stars, waiting for the right moment to return. Until then, all we can do is listen for whispers in the dark. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to check out our exclusive Whispers in the Dark merchandise. Every purchase helps support the channel, and remember, because every whisper counts.